Hi, my name is Lindsay and I'm a senior at the College of Worcester, and I'm going to be talking about letting go of things that you can't control. I know that that can be a really scary type of situation to be in, because as humans we really value a sense of regularity in our lives and, having a set schedule, knowing, I'm going to eat at noon today and then, at 6 o'clock I'm going to eat dinner, and then at 8 o'clock I'm going to meet up with my friend to talk about this. We just really like knowing exactly what's going to happen and when. So, throwing in the curveball of, life or situations that sometimes we don't have control over can, feel really threatening to our almost our sense of equilibrium. So a couple things that I do to try to cope with, being in situations that I can't control. Well, for instance, is just taking a step back from that situation simply and removing, the I factor from it. Thinking that everything in that situation has to do with, the way I'm acting, the way I'm thinking, the way I'm feeling, because a lot of the times the reason why people fear, situations that can't control is because it's almost a sense of personalization, like feeling that something that you could do or something you could say could somehow change the outcome of that situation, when a lot of times that isn't the case. For example, I just recently had an interview for a really important internship placement, and I really tried my best. I stayed up endless hours trying to prepare for this interview, and afterwards waiting around to hear the results was really scary, because I knew at that point I really didn't have control over the outcome, but the only thing I could tell myself is I tried my best and now I can only wait to see what unfolds. So that's another strategy that I use in situations like that, is, just being able to sit back and enjoy the beauty of, letting a situation like that unfold. Sometimes, the greatest things that happen in life are from, come out of these situations that we can't control, and some of the greatest things that happen, happen out of an accident, something that we weren't, trying to control in the moment, but ended up being a better outcome than we would have expected. So just kind of trusting in the process and, letting surprises like that happen. Another thing is, taking a step back and realizing that no matter what you do or say, sometimes in situations like that, will not affect the outcome at all. As much as we like to blame ourselves and say, I'm not good enough, you have to take a step back sometime and, stop integrating the outcome of situations like this into our self-concept, because that's something else that a lot of people do, is they really hold these situations at, a personal level and as a part of their inner worth sometimes. So it's really about taking a step back sometimes and, stop making it so personalized. And there are a couple stress management techniques I like to use in situations like that when I'm kind of afraid about the future. One of them, I know it's really overdone, but, deep breathing. But one thing that I like to add to that makes it a little bit more unique than just, the average deep breathing is, since I'm a visual person, I really like to imagine, well, first off, for the breathing, it's a deep breathing from the diaphragm, so it's, sucking in as much air as you can for a longer amount of time than you usually would, breathing in as long as you can, and then exhaling for as long as you possibly can until no more air can come out. But my twist on it is that I like to picture the air coming in and going out as a different color. So for instance, I might imagine that I'm breathing in, a gust of green air, and then I'm blowing out, a gust of purple. And I don't know, it just helps to make it very visual for me, so like seeing the colors in my mind really helps me to stay focused on it, because a lot of times with the normal deep breathing, there's the tendency to get distracted and let our, inner chatter take over, so I find that adding the color component really helps. Another one I like to do is another very visual type of exercise, and it's almost a meditative sort of experience. You would sit down in a comfortable position, close your eyes, and you could even put on some calming music in the background if you want. But it's picturing, say you're in a park or some really nice nature scene, and you're on a bridge and you're standing over a river. And then imagine that all of your problems, or whatever that sense of fear or inner insecurity about the situation you can't control, picture what that looks like sitting either in your chest or in the bottom of your stomach. Usually we feel that sense of tension in the pit of our stomach. Just like if you were to take a snapshot of what that would look like in a picture, think of that, and then imagine it coming out of your body and then dropping into the river and then floating away down the river, and just feel that physical sensation of lightness, watching that picture of whatever it is that's troubling you literally coming out of your body and dropping into the river, and watching it sail away. And it can be kind of relaxing, because it's almost, you can feel that sense of lightness afterwards. So that's another thing that I like to do. That's basically it. There's a lot of ways that you can find peace in these sort of situations. The biggest thing that I would definitely suggest is, not letting it be personalized, like I said before, but also it's really an aspect of just being able to sit down and tell yourself, I support you. As if you're talking directly to yourself face to face in a mirror, just, reminding yourself that, that you have that self-support. Because that's what I feel is lost in a lot of these situations, when we feel like we have all this self-blame that we need to be doing, when in reality, sometimes we really can't control the situation and we have to let it all unfold. So that's basically it. Remember, even if you feel like you constantly need to be the author to your own life, writing each and every chapter very carefully and with lots of detail, there are going to be times when it almost feels like the pen is just taken away from us and we're not able to write our own chapters of our life, and that's okay. Some of the greatest discoveries in life come out of situations that we can't control, and positive outcomes that we can learn from. Thank you.